Well, good evening, Internet. It's me, DP Knudten, for another edition of Bookward Bound, my 301-day journey from I should really do this to done. And that done is the creation of a brand new book called, or actually it looks like and is called, NONFICTION BRAND, Discovering, Crafting, and Communicating the Completely True, Completely You brand you already are. And I'm doing that book with the goal of having press-ready PDF files ready for uploading to Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing space by January 1st of 2021. And that's where the 301 days thing comes in. I actually started doing this on Friday, March 5th of 2020, 2 days after getting back from Social Media Marketing World earlier this year. I was so inspired by so many of the people who were doing really incredible work with video online, but mostly the ones that really got my attention were the ones who were really doing really fantastic work with live streaming. And I thought, I should do live streaming. And then I thought, I need to write another book. And then I thought, I think I probably had a few drinks when I thought this, I needed to write a new book while live streaming. Because, you know, if you're in for a penny, in for a pound, well, I'm in for about 16 tons. And that's the way I roll, man. Go big or go home. Well, I'm at home, of course, like all of us during this, global pandemic with COVID. And no better time than this to do it. And guess what? Tonight, I think it might be episode 111, maybe? I'm not sure. I should actually look that up, but I'm not going to do that now. But let's just say I've done this over 100 consecutive days. I think it's like 111 consecutive days, and tonight's no exception. I'm getting my butt back down in my office to work on this book, even after spending time with my family, having dinner, and wishing that I was sitting on the couch watching Netflix. Instead, I'm here with you, and I'm moving this book forward in any way that I possibly can. And frankly, I want to thank you for making me do this, because my making the commitment to you is forcing me to actually come down here and do it. Thank you. Enough said about that. Let's start getting into what I'm working on tonight, which is, hey, what am I going to work on tonight? I know. I'm going to kick it on over to Scrivener, the application in which I am writing this book. And Scrivener looks a little something like this. In the main window here, you can see I'm actually writing book content. And then over here on the side is a bunch of sections, or you could think of them as chapters and subchapters. Like here you've got a chapter and then kind of a subchapter right there associated with it. I've got color coding with flags for telling me which ones are most done, which ones haven't been started, like all these red flags. You'll notice there are a ton of red flags back here. Yeah, scaring me a little bit. But I'm doing a lot of work and getting a lot of stuff done. And I want to wrap up this section that I'm calling Worse Than Imposter Syndrome. And I'm just about done with it. I got to this point last night and kind of gave up because I was tired. And so that's where I'm going to start back again. Before I do get started, however, if you are watching live, you can type a comment into the comment box wherever you're viewing this, because it's going out to Twitch, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. If you're watching on any of those platforms and just want to say hi, type in your name or whatever. Just say, hey, DP, how's it going? Or whatever you want to say. Ask me questions. You can ask me about anything to do with this live stream, including the equipment I'm using. How difficult is it to do? What Scrivener's like, et cetera, et cetera. In other words, if you have a question, ask it, because I love distractions. That said, I got to kick the tires on this thing, or kick the ponies in gear on this. And I left off here with a subsection that was called Stepping Up to the Plate. So now it's Step Up to the Plate and Swing times 100. I'm going to get rid of that. Yep. No, got to make sure it's the right styling. There you go. One of the newer, not on of, one of the new to me, oh no, one of my favorite Yeah, this is what writing is. It's trying to get started, realizing you've got an idea, but you don't know how to, the words you want to use. So I'm going to go like a lot of folks. I love listening to podcasts. And while it's probably not a new phrase to many, it was to me, say, 2 years ago. Many it was to me. And while it's probably not a new phrase to many, this simple 2-word phrase was to me, no, a lot, not a lot, many of my favorite pods hosts No, I don't like that either. How about this? You know what an at-bat is? Yeah, sure you do. You do. If you're American, it's highly likely you do. But if you're not from around here, let me explain. An at-bat is when a baseball player steps up to the plate the home plate to take her turn batting against the pitcher. Pitcher throws, batter swings, batter, and most of the time the batter misses. For all you Anglophiles out there, it's very similar to what happens. It's not very similar. It's the same thing. Same thing that happens between bowler and batsman. Is it batsman? Oh, I got to look this up. Okay, so this is one of my saving graces. Always writing with internet access, because I pull up my research, you know, my favorite research tool in the whole wide world, bowler, not blower, bowler cricket. Bowling is the action of propelling the ball by the batter and batter. Bowler and batter. With slightly different get rid of that. Bowling and batter. Bowler and batter. I bring this up because once you've mastered the fundamentals, it's all a matter of at-bats. One of my favorite podcasts is Grant. I think I mentioned him once already. Let's look up. Let's do a little search for Grant Baldwin. Okay, so Worse Than Imposter. Logo is not a brand. I don't want to constantly refer to the same people over and over again, but and I think looking for Grant Baldwin. Are you here, Grant Baldwin? Granted. Okay, granted. It was just looking for granted. Oh, maybe I should do a Boolean search for Grant. I don't know if it does a... Okay, it doesn't look like there is any example of Grant Baldwin in there, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to talk about it. Is Grant wins the speaker lab? Now I'm almost sure. Hold on, I gotta search this. The speaker lab. Well, that didn't help. So let's try a Boolean search plus the maybe that doesn't work. Oh well. We're gonna go with it. The speaker lab. It's really a great one for anybody interested in becoming a professional speaker or adding or even a more proficient one. I can't tell you how many episodes of it that I've listened to, but I do but I can tell you that it seemed like every other episode featured a guest who shared the same words of advice to listeners. It's all a matter of at-bats. You need to get in front of an audience as often as possible for so many reasons, just a few of which I've listed here to get over your fear, to develop your stage presence, to find out not how, what, if, to find out if what you want to say is what your audience actually wants to learn here, to master the equipment. You'll be using microphone, phone, presentation, clicker, projection system. 5, to have a viable plan B when the equipment doesn't work, which is guaranteed happen. 6 to have a viable plan B, to expose, to introduce yourself to audience members who might want to book you. Since I got periods at the end of each of these, stage presence doesn't need a comma. 7 to build connections and ideally add them to your mailing list, to develop, to try out new material, the list could go on more or less forever. And it's the list could go on forever. Getting up there I want to take the fear thing out, to get comfortable. Stage in front of people. But the most important reason to me is to burn the fear out of you. Inspiration will always help you with your confidence, but the irrational fear you may feel can only be dealt with by confronting it as early and often as you possibly can. How will we do this? How about we do this? More or less forever. Long dash. Love me those M dashes. All right, just a reminder, if you're watching this live and you've got any questions, go ahead and type them into your comment box I love distractions, and I'd be willing to answer any questions you've got for me, or I would just like to know you're watching. So don't be afraid to let me know that, and it won't bother me at all. So there. All right, back to this. Early enough as you possibly can. Ooh, I like that. Fear is flammable. No, that should be 5, yeah. Fear is flammable. A personal example I can point to goes all the way back when I was in year 2 of my professional, let's say, I think it was year 3. Yeah, 3. My professional career as an advertising copywriter in Atlanta, Georgia. If you've watched any of my videos or live streams, you've probably noticed the fact that I've got a few guitars on the wall behind me. That's because I don't golf. Wall behind me. Because I love guitars. And tried my hand at the whole singer songwriter thing. Not full time seriously, but every Monday night, for the open mic at Eddie's Attic in Decatur. This very popular open mic event attracted a ton of wannabes just like me, and a few actually R's, like John Mayer and Sean Mullen. Mullins. Safari. Gonna look up. Eddie's Attic is still there, I think. I haven't been there in years. Live music in Atlanta, Georgia. Of course they aren't going to have anything because it's COVID. Eddie's Attic, it's got a Wikipedia. Of course it does. Jennifer Nettles. There you go. Sean Mullins. John Mayer. Sean Mullins. John Mayer. Sean Mullins. Jennifer Nettles. Jennifer Daniels. Interestingly. Okay. Jennifer Nettles of Sugarland. Yeah, talk about fear. Kind of try performing a song you wrote while playing guitar. A guitar you taught yourself to play in front of an audience used to sing future Grammy Award. Grammy Circle R Award winners. All while basking in the 100% humidity of Hotlanta. Yeah, to say it was a daunting experience. Let's get scared. Let's just keep it simple and go scared. Scared. Every single time. But I went every Monday night for about a year. And always signed up to go first. Why? Because I'm a flippin' idiot. And who wanted to burn, literally burn, the fear of performing under pressure out of me. And guess what? What? You think those high pressure at bats worked? Yeah, they did. Hold on, I want to open Restream. I forgot to open Restream chat. So, if you are watching this live, I'm going to say it one more time. If you're watching this live, are you watching it live? Well, go ahead and comment, because it's going to show up in my little Restream chat here. Let me know you're watching. Say hello. I'd love to meet you. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask, because I love distractions. All right, back to the action. Or not, or the very slow action. You think those high pressure at-bats worked? Yeah, they did. And have helped me in every new business presentation, speaking, event, networking, meetup, and new business presentation, speaking event, networking meetup, and give me another one. Public oriented thingamabob ever since. The introvert in me doesn't exactly enjoy all those things, but I have absolutely no fear of them. I'm going to just type that. What's the number one fear of adults? Social phobia is agoraphobia. Well, that doesn't help. What's the number one fear? Top fear is public speaking. According to the Washington Post, what was this? 2014. That's kind of old. Ooh. Chap. That's good. University Survey of American Fears. Oh, I love the fact that there is such a thing. How cool is that? Oh, I think I saw it someplace else. I saw a graphic. Images. Let's see. 2018. No, public corruption, no. I'm not talking about those kinds of fears. Top fears 2018. Corrupt official, where could it come from? Okay, public speaking was way down here, but this is kind of a different list. 59, public speaking, come on. I'm going back to the Washington Post, Wonk blog. What is Americans' biggest phobia? It's at least 2019 Chicago Tribune. That doesn't help. Washington Post, Wonk blog. Posts Wonk blog. Fear of public speaking is the #1 most common phobia. Phobia. Fear of public speaking in America. Well, how do I want to end this? I think I want to end this section now. So how am I going to end this? Wow, we're looking at 3,208 words in this section, which is not bad. According to the Washington Post Wonk blog, fear of public speaking is the #1 most common. Can you imagine the freedom you would have by the freedom you would feel by conquering freedom you and the superpower professional superpower you would have by conquering this conquerable by overcoming this rational fear. That's exactly what at-bats can do for you. Can do for you. Can do for you. And any other thing you'd like to truly master. So grab your bat, step into the batter's box at every possible opportunity. You're gonna win. Can you imagine? At every possible opportunity, you're going to do a lot more swinging than hitting at first, but the more you do it, the better you'll get. But the more you do it, let's go. Let's go bold. Now let's just do bold. Better you get. All right. So this section, 281 words. Total reading time of the whole thing is 13 minutes. Cool. 64 paragraphs. Average paragraph length 51 words. Average sentence length 15. Yeah, this is all cool. So I'm happy with this for now. So I am going to take this away from green, it's done, and put it back into blue. Hey, it's finished, but it needs to be proofread because I've just added a bunch. Let's see. I think I added. Yeah, I added all these words. So how many did I write tonight? 683. Yeah, I definitely need to proof it. Anytime you open a file, you basically better proof it again because I tell you, an errant keystroke is going to find its way in there, or you're going to accidentally cut and replace something, or you'll add a whole new paragraph that you didn't expect to be there. You know, that's why I hate going back into a document after it's done. Seriously, you have to read through and proof it and edit it again just to make sure that nothing weird happened to it. So I'm going to go back and do that probably tomorrow or some other day. Go back in there and finish that before I award it the green flag of completeness. But right now it's got the blue flag of, hey, it's pretty much written now. And so I'm really happy about that because I got a lot done tonight. Thank you very much for making me come down here and work on this. It's been 50 minutes, which is longer than usual. So that's cool. I think that's it for me tonight. If you've got any questions, here's your last chance. If you're watching live, go ahead and type your comment or question into the comment box and hit enter, because I will be able to see it and answer your question, or at least say hi to you before I go. But you've literally got about 30 seconds because I'm wrapping things up for this PM. However, I will be back tomorrow because this is, let's go ahead and look at that up since I'm just heading over to YouTube to see what day this is on this incredible 301-day journey. Going to my channel, YouTube Studio. I can show you this as I do it. Go over here, videos. I can prove to you. So episode 97 of the Nonfiction Brand podcast came out today, by the way. It's a great one with Leah Bach, who is a realtor from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. This was last night. 313 tonight's, 113. Tonight is 114. Wow, I'm surprised, but that's very cool. So this was episode 114 of BOOKWARD BOUND, my 301-day journey from I should do this to done. That means tomorrow night is going to be 114. 113 consecutive days today, 114 consecutive days. There we go. 114 consecutive days tomorrow. So hopefully you'll be able to show up for that and maybe be a little bit more talkative, because I would like to meet you. I would like to hear from you. Anyway, I'm DP Knudten for the Nonfiction Brand podcast, which, as I said, came out today with a brand new episode number 97. Yeah, I think it's episode 97, featuring Leah Bach of Vancouver, British Columbia. She's a realtor, and she's not just a realtor. A realtor is a commodity. She is a brand, a personal brand, and a really fun personal brand. And I really loved getting to meet her at Social Media Marketing World this year, and also get to have her on my podcast because she's doing some stuff that's kind of rocking my world when it comes to what a realtor can do to pull themselves out of the commodity barrel of realtors and become a premium realty brand. And as she'll say, she's a realtor, not a realtor. A realtor. Anyway, check out that episode wherever you get your fine podcasts for free. And that's typically Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, yada, yada, ding dong. Or just go to those places and search Nonfiction Brand. You'll see my face in black and white, and you'll know it's the right podcast. Check that out. All 97 episodes, or whatever. And I'll see you back here tomorrow night around the same time. That's it for me. So, theme music, take us on out. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.